As a child of the 90s, I happen to think that the decade was the peak of Western civilization. We basked in the prosperity of the post-Thatcher boom and all rubbed along together quite nicely. Imagine if the Spice Girls were formed today. You'd have BLM Spice, Trans Spice, Woke Spice, Climate Spice, and change their identity every concert Spice. And they'd win a Grammy for their joint self-harm videos on TikTok following multiple cosmetic surgeries to look like Caitlyn Jenner. Welcome to 2022. It must be time for the Alex Agenda. I bet you thought that grim family sex show due to take place at the Theatre Royal in Bath was thankfully shut down after a petition over evidence safeguarding issues. Think again. The live performance for children 5 and up, which encourages them to mould genitals out of Play-Doh and sing songs about touching themselves and pegging while featuring full nudity on stage, is somehow going ahead on the basis of it being for private audiences only, rather than public ones. Do you get the distinction? Because I don't. They also refuse to say whether minors will be part of the audience, suggesting parents who should probably be referred to social services can still drag their innocent youngsters along to a night of child abuse. It strikes me that there are no circumstances under which toddlers should see todgers or be told about the sort of videos some MPs watch in the Commons. Well, I'm joined now by Tanya Carter, a spokeswoman for the Safe Schools Alliance, a national campaign of parents, teachers, governors and other professionals working to uphold safeguarding. Tanya, are you horrified this thing is still going ahead despite lots and lots of people signing a petition saying under no circumstances should it happen?
Oh, absolutely. We're incredibly concerned that obviously Sonia Poulton is trying to find out whether at these so-called private showings, if there will be children in attendance. And everyone is refusing to answer her and saying it's none of her business. Well, child safeguarding is the business of every single responsible adult, and we do need to know if any child is being subjected to this, because there are some things their parents can't consent to. We recognise 4 categories of abuse in this country. That's physical, emotional, sexual and neglect. And there is certainly some evidence to suggest that what is going on in this show could be sexual abuse of children. So, of course, it's of public interest. Are children being taken to this show, and are the children that need to be safeguarded?
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Tanya Carter, keep up the good work, spokeswoman for Safe Schools Alliance. Now, I remember my days at Durham University, where toffs called Tarquin wandered around cobbled streets wearing togas made out of bed sheets, snorting snuff and hosting game parties after weekend shooting trips. The first 15 had a range of grotesque initiation ceremonies, and the one dodgy nightclub, Clute, played host to all sorts of unsavoury shenanigans, especially on Wednesday sports night. One thing it definitely wasn't was woke. Well, now students are being subjected to anti-racism training, while one college head was suspended after inviting Rod Liddle to talk to students. How scary. My alma mater is now repeatedly subjected to baying mobs of placard-waving student snowflakes, probably like most campuses up and down the country. I think it's time ex-grads Tom Harwood and I got the train to visit Darren Grimes and taught the new brigade a thing or two about free speech. Now, I was just starting to get on board with Prince Charles as our future king. That is, until I read today he is excited about putting masks on cows. That's right, moo muzzles, let's call them. The idea is that making bovines look like Hannibal Lecter by attaching catalytic converters to their heads, that the methane released when they burp can be captured to help stop climate change. The silence of the cows. What utter madness. As a non-beef eater, I'd simply extol not chowing down these gentle beasts, starting with forcibly closing McDonald's, which is also the blight of the world's waistline. I also question whether it's ethical putting contraptions on the poor creatures, let alone how much it would cost. I'm just waiting now for the follow-up to the moo muzzle, some kind of giant filtration plug that few farmers would be inclined to install. And while I tuck into my 387th brew of the day, I am happy to inform you tea has been scientifically proven to be a wonder drug. Magical properties called flavonoids in the Great British Brew can cut the risk of heart attack and stroke, help prevent cancers and dementia, and enable us all to live longer. Probably explains why I still get ID'd buying wine when I'm circling 40. And what better than enjoying your cup of Kenyan than in a glorious GB News mug? Put the kettle on, love.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.